What we have here is a fresh piece of white oak crotch. Alright, I think we can pick this speed up a little. Got her kicking now. A little more on the bottom, we'll have her flat. Okay, what I'm going to do is, see this here? It's nice and wide, but when I come all the way around to this side, right here, it's very shallow. So what I'm going to do is grind my center down so I can recenter it on my live to bring this up a little bit and kind of split the difference between here and here because they're opposites. So this will end up like in here, this will end up in here, just to give a little bit more depth on this side. I'll flip you back on when I get it straightened out. Alright, I had to do some extensive gluing and filling over here. This was a big rotten spot on the bottom. Hopefully I got it where it looks decent. So we'll continue on. It started out to be a big bowl, now it's ending up to be a little bowl. So we'll see what we can do. Feels more solid. And we got most of it patched. It looks okay. We'll see what it looks like from the inside when I flip it around. I think that's acceptable. I don't like acceptable, but it is what it is. Let me tighten up that bottom and get a tenon on it. Alright, I got to make that a little smaller. I'm shooting for right around 2 inches. Sure like to bring this up a little bit more, but it's gonna really shrink the bowl for not much gain. So I think we just kind of go for it. That's about the best burr I've had on my scraper since I owned it. I actually reground it and laid it back more, made it more pointy, and now I can get a proper burr on it. Before it was just too blunt, I guess, for lack of a better word. Alright, I think we can sand that up. I'll turn you back on when I get it smooth. Okay, I got it ready to flip around. One of the things I do to help ensure when I want to keep the bark on is I go all the way around the candium layer to help stabilize it, and then I flip it over face up, especially with flaky bark like this, and put CA glue all around the rim, about a 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch in, just to help stabilize it. Did I say CA glue? Yeah, all around here. So, and then when I get ready to cut it, I will go in with one of my this is my favorite one to do. It's a little pointy carbide cutter. It's real easy to control because that is like the worst place to get a little catch, because the bark will come flying off, if and you know what I mean. I hope this tenon holds up. I'll stabilize it with the tailstock as long as I can. Just using the center mark from the spur drive. And then I tighten up the chuck, because you never know, the chuck might pull it off center slightly. Without it, this just kind of helps. Alright, we're ready to start hollowing. It's going to take a while because it's such an uneven surface. So we'll get it fired up, get it started, and see how it goes. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to get me a line established. Actually, I'm going to have to cut some meat out of the way. I'll try to get a line established with that pointy cutter, carbide cutter, and that way it won't, you know, even here, if you get a catch or something 2 or 3 inches in, you could peel a big chunk of bark off. So I'll try to get that stabilized. Going in nice and slow. Let's see how close I am to the edge. About a ½ inch from the edge. I'm going to keep taking that in deeper and deeper. I'll give you a peek. Okay, close your eyes for a minute so you don't get seasick. Don't look at my mess. Alright, see? So I just cut in like that. Here I'm a little close, so that's telling me it's out around a little bit. It's pretty close. So, see, I got to dig deep enough to get down to here to stop that bark from flying off. So I'll just keep real light cuts and just keep poking away at it. I'll turn you back on in a few. Man, I love cutting green wood. Alrighty, time to get rid of that center. Alright, time to drill it out. And oh, by the way, the last video I made with the bowl, yeah, the dip bowl, the top cracked like a mofo, so I'm not going to use it. That's what happened to the top. Get a new larger bit. This one's pretty dull. I measured this out. It should be able to go in the full depth of the bit. I'm only holding on the chuck, keeping my finger away from the teeth when I'm backing out. There we go, easy peasy. Turn your back on. As you can see, I'm being pretty aggressive. You can get away with that with wet wood. It's a lot softer. I got the bottom of the gouge tight in my fist and then locked against my hip. Upward angle, so I'm following the bevel. That's bouncing like that because I got 3 branches coming into this piece, and I'm hitting crisscross grain and hard grain and all kinds of good stuff. Okay, do you ever get one of them pieces on your lathe that about halfway through it you just want to rip it off and chop it with a hatchet and throw it out? Well, that was this piece. But through stubbornness and perseverance, I got it pretty decent. It was so green and wet, note to self, wait a month or 2 before you cut in the logs. So green and wet that it was actually warping as I was cutting it. What a pain. But I got it where it's tolerable. I got a little bit of rot in the bottom I'm going to have to stabilize still, but I think I'm going to leave it rough as is, like Mother Nature made it. So let's get some finish on this thing, and basically it's going to work as a sanding sealer, and we'll see what it looks like. Hold on a minute. Alright, well, I cannot find my can of shellac anywhere. Well, it's obviously somewhere. There's only been 3 people in my house. Me, my girlfriend, and a repairman. So I'm going to try, give this a try. Waterborne polyurethane. I've never used it on a green piece of wood before. We'll see what it does. I know it looks milky when it starts out, but it dries pretty decent usually. And we'll see. Never know. Might be the next best great thing. I gotta mush it down in those cracks. Brings out the color in the wood. We'll see how it sets. I think I need to find a brush because this is making my paper towel fall apart. It's amazing. Found the brush right off. Well, it soaks in quick, I can tell you that. Got to get rid of all these chunks of paper towel now. I'm putting a very liberal coat on, which I probably shouldn't do, but it's just my thing. I get impatient. And this will be, I will sand this after it dries. Hold on. Keep one of these little doodads handy for this kind of junk crap. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Yeah, this piece was a real chore. Super wet. I mean, the tree was only cut down maybe a week ago. So, my bad. Should have waited longer, but I got impatient. I wanted to see what it was going to look like. So far, not too bad. I have to hunt and poke, or poke and jab to get it into the bark. Alright, you know the routine. I'm going to turn you off for a few, and I'll turn you back on when I get this thing finished up. Might be a couple more days. I'd hate to keep you that long. Alright, I'll turn you back on in a while. Alright, it is a rainy, snotty kind of day, which is a great day to be out in the shop. Let's get this thing flipped around. Get the tenon off here. And get her finished up. You know, I'm really happy with this. I'll show you the finish a little bit better in a while, but I'm really happy with this waterborne poly. I didn't think it would go. Alright, I don't know how much of that you caught, but I was just in here blabbing away. My battery went dead. So anyhow, I got it flipped around, and I mentioned I was pretty happy with that waterborne poly. And we're going to go with a 1/2 inch bull gouge and get the tenon taken off. Also mentioned it was a rainy, snotty, cold kind of day. And can't pick a better day to be out in the shop. Just going to nibble away at it. Really strange grain in this piece. Hard, soft, hard, soft. Because I have 3 branches coming together on it. So in between the branches is soft. Where the branches come together is harder than you know what. So you'd be cutting along like crazy, and next thing you know, you hit the hard stuff. You can hear it. Definitely can hear it. That center is like rock hard. Hear it bouncing off? Let's see what that bottom looks like. Yeah, it's pretty rough, but there's a lot of like semi-rotten stuff in here. So I think I'm going to leave it, maybe fill it and just sand it. I'll back up a little bit just to try to smooth it out. There we go. Alright, I'm going to switch to my 3/8 so I can sneak in there a little bit more. A little closer. I need to get a sweat back. Actually, I could grind this one down. So, I don't know what you caught on the last one. I thought my battery's dead. Turns out my memory card was full. Isn't that awesome? So anyhow, I don't know how much of that you caught or didn't catch, and I nipped away at the tenon. Now I'm going to get my sander out and sand up the bottom. Make that look pretty. Can't really get in there. I'm going to have to do some hand sanding. Turn you back on in a minute. Alright, welcome back everybody. I got it finished up. I don't have finish on the bottom yet, but I got the tenon taken off. It sanded out pretty nice. Turns out my SD card was full and the battery died, so it was double. But it turned out pretty good. I'm happy with that polyurethane, the waterborne. I'm not endorsing or anything, but that went over wet wood, and it did a pretty darn good job. I think I got 3 coats on it, and we got 3 nice branches coming together. It turned out pretty cool. Wow, you can see my breath. It's 50 degrees, but it's rainy and nasty. So there's the first bowl out of my new hoard of wood that the neighbors gave me for firewood. I'm going to present them this bowl as a thank you. It ended up about 10.5 inches across, and at the deepest about 4 or 5 inches deep. Turned out pretty sweet. It's got nice grain. Finish come out okay. I am never happy with the finish, so got some nice character to it. There's a nice spot. I had to do a lot of patching on the rim with CA glue and sawdust, but it turned out satisfactory. I like it. So thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you're not. And we'll have more in upcoming videos coming your way. Play nice.